This lady obviously needs to become a credit range student. That way she can put an end to the misery and heartache and problems she's causing herself and her kids by trying to do the right thing. Credit range students win, and they win constantly. Most of the time they do it by taking their debt collector to federal court. One thing you always know when you're dealing with somebody online, whether they are correct, reliable, and will do what they say they do and will produce results, is whether or not they will actually tell you who they are, give you a way to contact them. Just like any business online, on the streets, online businesses should always give all of their information. I have a bill from the emergency room when I was in an accident 4 years ago. At the time, I had a private insurance, and for what I did not cover, I had Medi-Cal. Because I am low income, now I have a collection agency calling me for this bill, stating I have to pay them half down at least, or they will place a judgment and a garnishment on my wages. They will not accept payment arrangements. I told her I have been really ill the last few years, and I've had to miss a lot of work. I'm a single mother of 3 kids. I'm the sole provider. I'm not even making ends meet at the current time. What is my rights in this situation? If I send what I can every paycheck and they accept my payment, can they place a judgment on my wages? Well, yes, they sure can. It makes no difference. They can just file a judgment and garnish it on you anytime they want to. Yours is an excellent case of someone doing all they can to pay what they owe, regardless of the amount of hardship it places on them and their families. On the one hand, you are to be highly commended for doing that. I see far too many people who are more than willing to run from their responsibility for whatever whimsical excuse they can think of to deadbeat their creditors. If everybody had the same sense of responsibilities, then our economy would not be in the shape it is in today. On the other hand, while paying up might be the morally correct thing to do and highly commendable, look what it's doing to you and your 3 kids, because you fear that they will get a judgment, garnish your wages, or seize any money you have in your bank account, which you must use to pay for your housing, utilities, clothing, and food for you and your kids, and transportation costs. You admit that you aren't making ends meet, yet you're placing yourself and your kids in a hard situation trying to do what is morally right or trying to do it out of fear, whichever the case might be. That's simply using poor business judgment. I do realize that you're obviously a very busy person, but what we're working and taking care of 3 kids all at the same time, but now here comes this debt collector making life much harder than ever before, hounding you and trying to force you into paying far more than you possibly can. If that's the way they want to treat you, then it's time to slam on the brakes instead of trying to push the gas pedal close to the floorboards. Can they get a judgment, place a garnishment on your wages? Well, of course they can. But if they violate your rights in some way, you can take them to court and force them to go away and leave you alone and pay your costs of doing so, damages, and forget about ever clutching a dime. All you have to do is learn what they can and cannot do and how to do something about it. And complaining to the FTC or the police, the Attorney General, does no good at all. In order to get anywhere, you have to learn how to file a federal case against them, and all of that isn't hard to do. It isn't rocket science, and you don't have to be a legal beagle to do it. The right people helping you learn and coaching you, and a little bit of time surfing the internet gets the job done. Pay somebody to help you learn, teach you, and guide you instead of paying that debt collector. You'll get by much cheaper and maybe even make a few thousand in the process. Obviously, you need to become a credit range student so you can learn how to get the matter resolved and provide a better life for you and your kids.